Shout out to that Red Cup. Because of Ramadan, I was unable to partake in that, but I will
Hey,
partake. You heard?
well, listen. When I come through for my comic book, finally, I'm gonna bring a
Yeah.
bottle. I
Yeah.
forget what the bottle was before that I dropped off
Oh, it was
before,
Bel Air. I remind you. It was Bel Air. You can bring
and
that.
we gonna
Just in
pop the
case.
bottle. We gonna
We can
pop the
pop it
bottle,
together.
and
Yeah.
we gonna do it. We gonna do a
Yeah.
Kool-Aid, cookout style.
You know exactly where I'm at. So go feel free to join me. You heard?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you got music, portraits. You created a sketchbook
Yeah.
that was absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Talk about why you decided to put it all in one piece.
It was I saw a comic book artist, one of my favorite comic book artists. He had a sketchbook, and I was like, man, I got all these portraits laying around. Maybe I should compile them and just put it together, see if the people would like it. And the first printing I did sold out immediately, and I did another one that sold out immediately as well. And I was like, this is bananas. It's just the art. It shocks me. I don't know what it is about my art that makes people gravitate towards it. I don't know if it's because I'm so ghetto and it's like, he couldn't have done it. I don't know what, I try to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
But, it's just a blessing, man. Like, anytime I think about my life now, like, bless keep coming to my head. Bless. Because it was a lot rockier before. You know what I mean? The first 3/4 of my life was very rocky. So, to be in this space right now, bring tears to my eyes sometimes. Like, this is beautiful. So, I want to maintain that.
Listen, man, Drift is the Renaissance man, aka the Hood Picasso.
Come on.
You ever heard that one before?
I heard it before. I heard it from
Oh,
you. That's
the Hood Picasso, Hood Picasso.
Hood Picasso, I heard that, but Renaissance man, that's sexy. I like
Yeah,
that. You know what I mean? Because essentially I am. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
2%,
I
bro. That's
flip it.
all I'm asking. 2%.
That's light. I
You
need
know.
that tonight.
So now the you did the sketchbook.
Yeah.
Then you transitioned into another stream of revenue. So we're gonna count the streams of revenue, and I ain't in your pockets, but I just think it's amazing. And I think people people need to understand the business acumen of the brother like yourself. Music, portraits, sketchbooks, and now you talked about your favorite superhero, comic book superhero. Who is that?
Spidey.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
All right. So you create your own superhero and your own comic book, Mr. Kumasi.
Yes, sir.
Now, I can't remember. I wrote it down. I can't find it in my notes. The dark skin or the brown skin superhero or
Suntan Superman.
suntan. I apologize. I apologize
No,
for
no
fucking
worries.
it all
No
up.
worries, no worries.
But
You
Mr.
drinking.
Kumasi, I'm drinking rum and Red Bull,
I'm a Red
goddamn.
Bull. I knew you was. On that
So,
90s flavor.
yeah. GT myself, all my
Come
GT in the
on.
building. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself.
Understand?
So now, D was good. So now you make Mr. Kumasi.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the motivation behind creating that, which I think is super duper dope. The brother that lay in the bed with two women, like that shit is that shit flies out. Talk about that, bro.
That's another. It's like a little bucket list thing. Again, not to make it sad or whatever. But when my sister passed, I was like, yo, I gotta start doing everything. I gotta start doing everything that I ever wanted to do. I gotta do it because tomorrow's not promised. You know what I mean? So I always had a dream of making my own comic book. Physically being able to turn the pages and look at the finished product. And that was what it was essentially. I've had Mr. Kumasi in my mind for years, but I never had the motivation or the means to do it. So Spence said Dolomite was stupid. Yeah. He's so stupid. Yeah, essentially that's what it is. And I got me an iPad Pro, and it has an actual app where you can do comic books. So that's what I did, and I drew the entire book on the iPad. I've never drawn on an iPad in my life, but my guy Mitty showed me how to do it. Shout out to Mitty. He showed me like in 5-10 minutes how to use it, And then it came out. I did a Kickstarter campaign just so I could mass produce it and get it all over the country, essentially putting me into the comic book game. And Kickstarter campaigns, only 30% are successful. And I was successful. I reached my goal of 5,000 in like 4 days.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
Wow.
I was able to do that, mass produced it. I even got it in comic book stores. So once I get the storefront, and my queen get the storefront, preferably the issue 2 will be there. And, you know, it's a lot going on. But definitely that was, Sis was a motivation for that. And also it was a childhood dream of mine.
So now who, like when give people a vision of who Mr. Kumasi is.
Mr. Kumasi is a first generation American. His parents are immigrants. You know, he likes Hennessy, he likes weed. You know, he's me essentially. You know what I mean? But
that's what I was waiting to hear. That's what I.
Yeah, he's me essentially. But the story is a story about humility. You know what I mean? Like, he's granted all these powers and these capabilities, and when you're granted those type of blessings, you're supposed to, you know, be a blessing to others. You know, and he's gonna have to be forced to humble himself and do what he's supposed to do. Right now, he's feeling himself. You think like it's just a party and things are gonna go left, where he's gonna have to really, you know, look himself in the mirror and change his ways before it's too late. So it's a dope story. It's building up. People see the weed and the Hennessy and they just brush it off like, nah, like it's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we to see? Is this going to be? Are you going to continue the series?
There's going to be an ongoing series. Things got a little hectic with the music, so I had to slow down the process. But I'm working on it. It's still coming out.
Shout out to Judex in the building.
Shout out to Judex, bro.
Salute to Judex. And everybody, I want everybody to know the cat Spencer Davis saying that keep making the dumbass comments. That's my baby brother. You know what I mean?
My guy.
Salute to Spence, my baby bro. He's got it
because he did some gangster shit for me. So
he got an ill podcast out called The Arrogant Pupil. And Drip.
I haven't been on there, so I'm angry at Spence. I take my shout out back.
You know, so yeah, I ain't been on there either. He been on my other show 20 million times. He foul. He bougie as hell and shit. But you know what I mean. He what's the name? You know what I mean. He
you tripping, bro.
He got an ill podcast. And I could see you being a part of it simply because it's about him and his son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Him and his only son. They just having conversations just about life. You know what I mean? And when I thought about it, I thought about you and your son. You know.
Yeah.
So
trip.
You know, shout out to you know, The Arrogant Pupil. Make sure you go out and follow that and subscribe to that, The Arrogant Pupil, for sure. This is I'm glad that we're having this conversation under better circumstances.
Oh my God. Good.
You know, I'm glad. And you know, we done talk before that, during that, after that. Yeah. So I'm just happy that, you know, you coming to a place of you kind of getting back to yourself, and a lot of the work that you're doing is in celebration of her life. So that's a beautiful thing. And so, and for that, you know, I salute you on that.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you for being there too, man. You was always there. You never say hi and bye. Like, you was always checking to make sure I was good, and I appreciate that, man.
Nah, man, absolutely, man. That's how family do, man.
Absolutely, man. And that Bel Air, you brought me help.
Yeah. For sure. and I'm looking forward to that new show. That's going to be the third show. We green on that. Shout out to Crunch. Shout out to Crunch in the building. You know, make sure you go get that book, My Butterfly, in the building. Shout out to Lovey in the building. So I'm seeing visions for you that are groundbreaking. And tell me your thoughts on it. I can see you having an art exhibit / concert / book signing / Mr. Kumasi cartoon reveal. I'm just speaking all of that into the universe right now, you know. And if you haven't thought about it, now that you heard it, what are your thoughts? God damn
I definitely I think about it. You know, sometimes like just how gigantic the dreams are, I get a little scared and like, man, how can I make this happen? You know what I mean? And I gotta change that frame of mind. But I do see it happening. You know, it's just scary because for the most part, you know, if it's not, you know, my queen helping me do it, I'm doing it by myself. You know what I mean? So it's difficult. But you know, I'm grateful she's here. She helps me more than anything. But I do get scared. I get scared because the goals are so lofty, and it's like it hasn't been done before. But who better to do it than me since it's never been done before? You know, so you know, preferably I could pull it all together and make it happen. You know?
I'm gonna tell you something that I heard, and it came from somebody who you did a portrait of, and I think you were black. I don't know if you know this individual personally, but Dame Dash, I believe, said that if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
Ain't big enough. Well, I'm terrified, so it's big.
So you in good space.
Yeah, for sure, for
You know
sure,
what I mean? You
for
in good
sure.
space. And
Shout out to Dame too. Dame really got me back rapping.
so you do have a personal relationship with him because I saw a picture where you actually presented him with the artwork.
Yeah, I don't have a personal relationship. That's all through Do It All. Do It All is always like looking out for me. He's always introducing me to people, pulling me in, and that's crazy humbling. Cause you know, times I don't even think he should be thinking about anybody. He should, you know, he doing his thing and keep pushing forward. He always pulled me in. So you know, I love doing utmost love and respect for Do. I wasn't even rapping like that at the time. He called me first. Dame had a show in the city. He was performing some of his stuff off his label, and he told me like, "Yo, come and rap tonight." And I wasn't rapping at the time. You know, I was making so much money with the art. I was like, man, fuck rap, you know. But when I got in front of that crowd of strangers, I rapped as hard as I possibly could, and like the goosebumps I had, you know, my head was standing up on the back of my neck. I don't really got no head, you know what I'm saying? The head was standing up. I was like, yo, I gotta get back, you know what I mean? So I owe Do a lot. And shout out to Do It All. I love him, man.
No, shout out to Do It All. He's about to embark on a new political journey.
Yeah, he'll be
So
successful this time.
so salute to him with that. You know, nothing but
Do it,
prayers
man.
and blessings.
Yeah.
And you know, hopefully we can have him on the show.
Nah, you will. Trust me.
Right before
Trust
he
me.
goes on this political
Yeah.
journey, and
Call me, man. It'll
we
happen.
we can have an ill conversation, man.
Yeah.
You know, his performance on the verses,
Versus.
that shit was dope.
They gotta put respect on Do shit, man. Jersey is so funny. Like they're very fickle. Like they gotta put respect on Do. Do did a lot. Du's gone gold and platinum. You know, like I don't know many people who have done that. You know, like gotta respect that shit. You know, the ones that have done it, they're my friends.
Yeah.
You know, but they gotta put respect on Do that. They have to.
You know, so shout out to him and his aspirations. I know in the real estate and all that. So everything he got going on, man, we send nothing but positive vibes your way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we also, I want everybody to send positive vibes to the good brother Driftway for the, you know, him getting that space, for all the new artwork, for all the projects that he's thinking about, for all the projects that he hasn't thought about, for all the lofty goals that's scaring him. That I just wish you nothing but the best moving forward with that.
Bro, you're a good brother, man. I thank you sincerely. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So you had a show recently, you know, so you back into the performance game.
Yeah.
How did the show go?
Oh, the show was utterly atrocious. It was rubbish. It was rubbish.
No horn for that. No horn for that.
Yeah. The show was trash.
You know, I was about to say I'm sorry I didn't make it, man. You know, it was
No, you didn't miss a thing.
It was. Are you looking forward to performing?
I am, but I just like my music is like for a different crowd. You know, mine is like not mature crowd, but a crowd that appreciates the songs with melodies, dope melodies, fly lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Fly hooks. That's where I come from. You know, I don't do the new flavor, and no disrespect to them. I love a lot of the new music, but you know, I make what makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And it's an audience that likes what I like, so I make it for them people. So that's it. I didn't look at the lineup. I didn't really pay attention to the lineup. The lineup was more the new music, you know.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing mine, they're looking at like who is this fossil on stage?
Yeah,
you know? And I should have. I ain't do my due diligence. So.
Well, listen, man. Everybody had those moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for
Everybody had
sure.
those moments. So now, check this out, bro. The new music you're referring to is the mumble rap, and
Yeah, essentially.
honestly, I don't know what the hell to call it because they don't really be mumbling. They don't really be saying too much. Shout out
Some
to them. Salute
some
to
are
them.
dope. Some are very
Yeah,
dope. You know what I mean? But it's just like the songs they like jingles. Like I don't really do jingles. Like I rap. Like I
yeah,
rap for real.
yeah.
I really rap. Like I bust my brain cell to come up with some clever, funny stuff. You know what I mean? Just fly, good energy shit. You know what I mean? And that's not what they was looking for. So, that's what that was.
So we talked earlier about the the two drifts, right? But it's
Yeah.
really three drifts because, or four or five, 10 drifts because you funny as hell. Not even on the low, like you funny as hell on the high.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean?
I'm
So
silly. If you know me, you know I'm a goofy ass guy. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
goofy as hell, punch you in the
Yeah.
face, make you a
Yeah, for
song,
sure.
paint you a picture, make you
Yup.
like all in like the same.
On the same breath.
same fucking-
Word.
So is there a hood comedy and rap tour on the way?
The sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? The sky's the limit. I ain't closing the door on nothing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah. The sky's the limit. Whatever the universe take me, I'm with it.
I want you to tell everybody, like you before I can't end this without mentioning this. You started a website.
Yeah.
What's the website?
The website is driftartandmusic.com.
Talk about what's on there.
Yeah, the artmusic.com is essentially you can order portraits on it. I have my clothing line, the Kojo collection, and that's just like nostalgia type of tees, like stuff that we grew up on. I'll paint it and put it on a tee. For instance, like Rocky, I was a fan of Clubber Lang. So I got Clubber Lang on a tee. I got Marvelous Marvin Hagler. I grew up watching him. Just nostalgia type of flavor. I put it on tees or sweatshirts, whatever. Mr. Kumasi is on there, number one. Just anything that I create is on there. My sketchbook is on there. So, Drift Art Music in a nutshell.
That's dope as hell. From knowing you, as serious as you can be sometimes, it seems like you don't take yourself so serious, and I think that aspect of life is really important in
Yeah,
order for growth. Because people who take themselves too serious, they think they know it all, and
yeah,
it's not, and you really can't tell those type of people anything. So
yeah.
talk about where those types of humble, that humility, where all that come from.
I think that humility, it just comes from failing. You know, like when I was at the highest of the high, I still came crashing down. You know what I mean? And it just like, yeah, it can happen. Like I was believing the hype, and I feel like Allah was like, "Oh, word. So you think you did this?" And you take the rug like, you know what I mean? And I fall face flat in front of the world to see. And it's just like, you better humble yourself. You don't want to go through this again. And then I remember as quickly as it could be given to you, it could be taken as well. So, I just stay humble, and I know I'm not in control. I'm not allowed to lead the way. Once I started doing that, then all the blessings started coming down. So, you should never be out of pocket. As a man, you're supposed to provide, protect. That's your duty. You know what I mean? And just stay humble, and then be a good, keep your heart pure. So that's how I'm coming. I don't care about all the accolades and all that. I don't even view myself how people view me. People view me like, oh, the legend. Like, I got so far to go. I'm still trying to catch my former glory. So, I'll never be out of line. I'll never be out of pocket, ever.
Well, listen, man. Since I met you, I don't know how many years. It was a long
About
time
20.
ago.
Say about 20 years.
About 20
About that.
years in, right?
Maybe more, yeah.
It from whenever it was to now, like we've all grown and elevated. Well, all of us haven't elevated, but you have evolved
Mm.
in many ways. You know what I mean? And we both seen each other go through different phases in life,
Yeah.
but you've always maintained. Like if I hit you, you get right back to me. Vice versa. Like
Absolutely.
it's never been. It's like even at your height, it was always just like it was when it wasn't that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I always respected that about you. And I always appreciated that about you. So tell the people, where they could find, how they could follow you and everything that you got going on right now. Musically, artistically, acting wise. Like, tell the people all of that.
Okay. I can be found on every platform. At The Real Drift, TheRealdrift. That's Instagram, Twitter. I got a IG page strictly for art. It's King Kojo Artwork, KingKojo Artwork. So that's 2 pages. You can reach me on either one. I'm very accessible. I got a new album coming out on my birthday, preferably. It's entitled NJ Pack with my brother Left Guns. It's a collaborative effort, 8 records. It's like a continuation of my last project, What My Soul Sound Like, but this is more upbeat. What My Soul Sound Like is heavy because I did it in commemorance of my sister, and I was in a really dark place at the time. So now I'm just like, okay, the rain is gone, the pain isn't gone, but you still gotta pick up, keep going. Now you gotta make this girl proud. You know what I mean? So that album got that type of energy to it. So it's a lot more upbeat. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm working on What My Soul Sound Like Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So I should have another video on television, preferably June or July. So I'm just doing what I love. I'm happy that I have the means to do it. I'm happy that I can control it. I couldn't control it before. With all the deals I had, they didn't really respect my artistry or myself as an artist, period. So, I'm grateful that the Most High put it in my hands, and I could control it now. So.
Well, listen, man, this conversation could go on for 19 hours.
Yeah, straight.
And I don't want the people to lose interest. Not that I think that they would, but
yeah.
You got to leave some for, the new show that we got coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, look out for that show. Me and we talked about it briefly before now, but I think it's a dope idea, and I think we're gonna make it happen. Once again, to anybody who just joined the conversation, this is Tuned In with the TKB Report. I am your host, Mr. Three Keys. My guest is at The Real Drift. Make sure you follow at the TKB Report. Make sure you subscribe to the TKB Report YouTube channel. Can't go any further without shouting out the good brothers over at Afro Taco.
Shout out to my family.
And that's all your family right there, right?
Yeah. And look, it's funny you say that. That's for dinner. Afro Taco. Right?
Afro Taco in the building.
Love it. And shout out to my family.
I was over there with them brothers like last week or something.
Yeah,
they're making me
just like that.
They're making me get fat. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all, and that's hard for me. My kids love it. I love it.
I'm skinny as hell.
So
I'm putting my little gut for them.
Put it on. Put the gut on for them. Goddamn.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Shout out to them, man.
Salute the Afro gut. I mean Afro Taco. Goddamn.
Yep, they're on Elizabeth Ave right now outside Weequahic Park.
Right outside Weequahic Park. You know what I mean? Support for sure.
Yeah.
Listen, man. I appreciate you coming back through. It was only right that you came on once I polished it, because
it was still dope. It was dope as hell. It was therapeutic, especially what I was dealing with. It was very therapeutic. It was nice to talk to somebody I actually cared about, So it helped, man. It wasn't rudimentary to me. It was dope. So.
Yo, you a scholar, bro? Because you be throwing words like I'm looking for a dictionary. Like rudimentary. Yeah, what the fuck is that? But. You know what I mean? But listen, salute to everything you got going on. Salute to the queen that's sitting next to you. Shout out to her. Salute to her. Salute to the music. Salute to the artwork. Salute to the sipping paint. Everything you got going on. I'm greatly appreciative for sure for you coming back through here And
anytime, bro. Anytime, bro.
for
Anytime.
for those of you who don't know, this brother right here is one of the illest artists on the entire planet, and I dare anybody to challenge that. And
Me too.
we could sit down and spar intellectually and debate about that. You know,
Yeah.
there's nobody on the planet that could, you know, create his own music, create his own album cover, and the list goes on and on and on artistically. So with that being said, I want to give you a shout outs again. Thank you for coming out. For everybody who joined in tonight, spending your Thursday night with me, as usual. For some of you, and for the first time for others, make sure you follow me at the TKB Report. Reggie 1976 Clay, he indeed is a New Jersey legend, and that's why he's on here.
Respect. Shout out to you, Reg.
You know,
DJ said quick freestyle. I don't know if we got time, but it's up to you.
You know, shout out to all of you. Shout out to the arrogant pupil, you know, for him coming through with his dumbass comments. You know, baby bro in the building.
Spence, man. Love Spence. You know, that's
you
my
know
guy.
What I mean? For sure.
Guy.
You know.
You heard? That's my guy, man.
But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mr. Three Keys. Thanks a lot, big sis. I'm Mr. Three Keys. This is The Real Drift. And you have just been tuned in. Till next time. Peace.